Streaming from the 22 News Broadcast Center. This is 22 News at 4 p.m. Digital Edition.
Hey, I'm Nick Oresco, and Merry Christmas Eve, and thanks for joining us for 22 News at 4 o'clock. We'll get to your top stories, as always, in just a moment. First, we had some snow this morning. Let's bring in 22 News Storm Team meteorologist Brian Lapis. Most of the snow that did fall this morning has wiped away.
Yeah, snowfall rates were just a little too light. We ran into some drier air, and then the air was just a little too warm, which is what we expected, but I thought that the snow would be a little bit heavier, but still light, and that would kind of overwhelm the warming air. Anyway, we kind of got shut out in terms of snow, at least in the lower Pioneer Valley. So with that said, onward and upward, we've got some wind to deal with and, some relatively dry air to deal with as we head toward the holiday. First, let's take a look at traffic, shall we? And you can see here we've got some slow going on Route 5 in West Springfield. No surprise there. Riverdale Road is running a little slow, and also significant backup now downtown from 291 to 91 South into Forest Park and almost in the Long Meadow there. So just be aware that things are running slow here as the great getaway gets underway as we move into the holiday. Temperatures right now, as I mentioned, this is not a surprise. We expected high temps to be in the low to mid 30s here today. 36 in Springfield, 34 in Westfield, 35 Northampton, 34 in Greenfield. This is what was a little surprising, that the snow really never got going here in the valley. To the north, some steady light snow. To the south, it's rain, and we basically got shut out of the snowfall rates that would have given us a light accumulation of snow. With that said, as this moves out, some wind is going to move in. There's a wind advisory in effect for parts of western Massachusetts. We'll brief you on that and get you ready for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day with the 22 News Storm Team forecast.
The Trump administration has opened an investigation into security protocols at Brown University after the school shooting killed 2 people and injured 9 others. The U.S. Department of Education announcing that it would investigate if Brown violated the Jean Clurey Campus Safety Act, a section of the Higher Education Act. This investigation will be led by the Office of Federal Student Aid. They're asking that Brown University submit several documents by January 30th, including annual security reports, public safety dispatch logs, and protocols for active shooter scenarios. The suspect was found dead inside a storage facility in New Hampshire last week. The Department of Justice has released thousands of new pages related to its investigation of convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. According to the DOJ, the latest drop includes about 11,000 documents totaling nearly 30,000 pages. Files include references to President Donald Trump and hundreds of videos. Today's document drop follows the release of several thousand files in 7 batches over the weekend. A majority of those files were heavily redacted. The Justice Department was ordered by Congress to release all files related to the investigation by December 19th. We're learning more about the man accused of shooting 15 people at Sydney's Bondi Beach in an anti-Semitic attack. According to the Australian government, the man and his son faced a lengthy delay in getting a gun license because of a bureaucratic mishap, not because he raised suspicions. Sajid Akram and his 24-year-old son are accused of attacking hundreds of Jews celebrating Hanukkah on December 14th. This was one of Australia's worst mass shootings since 1996. Well, we could be in for a record-breaking year of busy holiday travel. Christmas just 2 days away. New Year's is next week, so expect holiday travel to pick up. The TSA expects more than 44 million travelers to pass through airport security checkpoints between now and Sunday. The agency says this Sunday, December 28th, will be the busiest travel day. Holiday travel includes more than just air travelers. AAA expects more than 122 million Americans to travel at least 50 miles or more through New Year's Day. Busy out on the roads. I guess if there is any good to this weather is that not a lot of impacts on the roads.
Ding, ding, ding. That's the winner. Yeah, I think all things considered, a significant snowstorm at this time of the week, right before the holiday, would not be a fun thing.
Right.
So we got a little mood snow this morning, and now it's kind of damp. I do want to caution that there could be some icy surfaces later on this evening as we dip back below freezing. So keep your wits about you at the wheel and when you're walking. Let's take a look at our 22 News Storm Team clouds and radar. Again, the bulk of the action stayed to our north here this afternoon. There still could be some occasional flurries and snow showers into and through the evening hours. I also want to direct your attention to the wind advisory from the National Weather Service for Berkshire, Western Hamden, Western Hampshire, and Western Franklin County, 3 a.m. to noon. So a few gusts up to 50 miles per hour are possible overnight tonight and through the first half of the day today. Let's take a look at the snow potential here. 5 o'clock this afternoon. Again, some snow showers and flurries are likely through about 9, 10 o'clock. And then we're basically done. Some partial clearing overnight, but not much. You can see here by 7 o'clock there will be some sunshine. It will be windy to start the day here tomorrow, and I'm going to call it a partly to mostly sunny day. For the most part in the valley, we're bright. The hills on either side of the valley will see some clouds. High temperatures 36 to 40 tomorrow, and comparable air on Christmas Day. We'll show you on 22 News at 5.
$1.7 billion sounds like a pretty nice Christmas gift. That's how much is on the line in tomorrow night's Powerball drawing. No ticket matched last night's winning number, setting a record for the longest stretch without a grand prize winner. Tomorrow's drawing will be the record-extending 47th consecutive drawing since the last Powerball jackpot winner. If you were to take the cash option, you'd get more than $780 million before taxes. Thousands of bags of shrimp are being recalled for radioactive contamination across 17 states in the U.S., and that does include here in Massachusetts. According to the FDA, Direct Source Seafood has announced that more than 83,000 bags of raw shrimp are being recalled. This marks the latest recall affecting frozen seafood products. The company says the product may have been prepared, packed, or held under unsanitary conditions, which is where the product likely came in contact with the radioactive contamination. The FDA says the recalled shrimp was sold under the Market 32 brand. Tonight on 22 News, starting at 5 o'clock, Governor Maura Healey signed a new law strengthening benefits for state police officers injured in the line of duty, what it means for first responders and their families. Plus, developers announced plans to restore the historic Lakeside Inn in Wilbraham into a boutique hotel and waterfront destination. Local leaders are on hand for the big reveal. And local entrepreneurs received a major boost as micro business grants are awarded across Springfield and Western Massachusetts. How $120,000 is fueling growth in the community. Brian?
Traffic is slow downtown. You can see all the red here, 291 and 91 South, Forest Park, and even now into Long Meadow. So plan on a little extra time to get home this evening. At least that's the way it's looking right now on the map. And also some slow traffic in downtown Northampton and also in Route 5 in West Springfield with all tracks for this time of year. Looks like we're going to have a dry ride for Santa Claus tomorrow night. We'll update with our 22 News Storm Team forecast on 22 News starting at 5.
As always, updates anytime at wwlp.com, the free 22 News app, and always on 22 News Plus. We'll see you tonight, starting at 5.